All right, today we're tackling a big one from the martial arts world, something that honestly looks like a straight up superpower: internal work. We're going to peel back all that mystery and get to what it really is, and more importantly, how you can actually practice it. You've seen the videos, right? Some master who just with the lightest touch sends an opponent flying. It looks like pure magic, no other way to describe it. But here's the crazy part. What if I told you the secret behind that is something you're already doing, probably without even thinking about it, every single day? Yeah, let's unpack that. Okay, so right off the bat, we've got to clear up a massive misconception. This whole internal work thing, it's not some secret technique. It's not a magic trick you learn to control people. And honestly, thinking of it that way is just going to lead to a whole lot of frustration. It's the biggest dead end you can take. See, the real difference here is all about where you put your focus. External work, that's what we usually think of. It's about the forms, the techniques, applying force. You're basically chasing an effect. But internal work, it completely flips the script. It's all about your intention, your own awareness. It's about understanding the cause of powerful, efficient movement, not just trying to copy what it looks like on the outside. And right there, that's the trap so many people fall into. They see that effortless control and think that's the goal they should be aiming for directly. But that's the result, It's the outcome, not the starting point. If you just try to copy the result, you're missing the whole point. The real work, the stuff that matters, it all starts inside, with a change in your own awareness. Okay, so if it's not just a bunch of techniques, then what in the world is it? Well, this is where we get to the real definition, a much more useful way to think about this whole thing. So here's the definition we're going to run with. Internal work is simply the practice of using your awareness and your intention to create action that's super efficient and, effortless. Think of it like this. It's about getting rid of all the internal static, the unnecessary muscle tension, the mental chatter, all the stuff that gets in the way and stops your body from moving the way it's naturally supposed to. And here's the real kicker. You already do this all the time, every single day. I mean, think about something as simple as picking up a glass of water. You don't sit there and think, okay, contract bicep, extend forearm, right? No, you just have the intention to pick it up and your body just figures it out. It organizes the whole thing for you. For everyday stuff, you're already a master at this. So the whole practice, the whole training, it's about taking that natural built-in efficiency and extending it to include another person. The goal is to make your interaction with them feel just as easy, just as natural as moving your own body. Seriously, to them, it shouldn't feel like you're fighting them. It should feel like they've just become a part of your own movement with zero resistance. All right, so that's the big idea. But how do you actually practice it? Well, it all boils down to 3 key things. Okay, our 3 keys. Number 1, awaken your awareness. Number 2, master what's called dynamic relaxation. And number 3, learn to sense, not resist. Let's dig into that first one, awareness. Okay, picture this. Someone grabs your arm. What's the first thing you do? Your gut instinct is probably to focus on their hand, on the problem, right? But the practice here is to do the opposite. Turn your focus inward. Ask yourself, what just happened inside my body? Did my shoulders shoot up? Did I clench my jaw? Did my back get tight? You use your breath to scan your body and simply notice where all that extra tension popped up. You're not trying to fix anything yet. You're just feeling. And that leads us perfectly into the second key, relaxation. Now, this is super important. When I say relaxation, I do not mean being limp like a wet noodle. That's not it at all. The kind of relaxation we're talking about is actually a really stable, powerful state. It's about the absence of internal conflict. That means your muscles aren't fighting each other, and you're not tensing up from mental stuff like fear. Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine a dodgeball is coming right at you. What's your best move? It's definitely not to tense up and take the hit head on, right? Of course not. You instinctively move. You absorb the energy. You get out of the way. You don't meet force with more force. That is the exact feeling, the exact principle we're going for here. So that brings up a really crucial question. When you finally make contact with someone, who's really in control? This gets right to the heart of our third key, sensing instead of resisting. Because how your body is in that split second of contact, well, that changes everything. Just look at the difference here. On one hand, if you're tense, you're basically giving your opponent a big, solid handle to grab and manipulate. Your own resistance is literally working against you. But on the other hand, if you're relaxed, that point of contact turns into a sensor. You can suddenly feel what they want to do, which way they're pushing, and because your body is moving as one fluid piece, you can absorb their energy and redirect it effortlessly. No struggle necessary.
Okay, so being aware and relaxed, that's the foundation. That's the whole game. But that state still needs a direction, right? It needs a job to do. And that's where purpose comes in.
Look, every action needs to have a purpose. Maybe you want to move the person, or maybe just off-balance them. That purpose gives you direction. But, and this is a huge but, if that purpose becomes totally rigid, if it becomes an obsession, then you're just creating tension all over again, and you've lost the game. Your purpose has to be flexible. It has to be able to change based on what you're feeling from them in that exact moment. Otherwise, you're right back where you started, just trying to force a result. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, this might be the most important mindset shift of them all. To really get this, you have to let go of one of the biggest things that holds us all back when we're trying to learn something new.
It all comes down to this. Forget about asking, am I doing this right or wrong? That question is a trap. It just creates more mental tension, more pressure. This practice, it's not a test you can pass or fail. It's an exploration. The real question, the only one that actually matters, is this. Right now, in this moment, can I be just a little bit more relaxed?
And think about how liberating that is, right? The fear of messing up is what stops us so often. But with this way of thinking, there are no mistakes. You literally can't do it wrong. Every single time you practice, if you just become a little more aware of your own tension, that's a win. That's a correct practice. The goal was never a perfect technique. It's always been about deepening your own self-awareness. And of course, this stuff goes way, way beyond the training hall. I mean, think about it. Learning to notice and let go of tension you don't need. Learning to act from a place of awareness instead of just brute force. Staying relaxed when things get stressful. These aren't just martial arts skills. These are life skills. So, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Think about your life, that tense conversation you have to have, that stressful project at work, heck, even just sitting in traffic and feeling that road rage build up. In all those moments, where can you stop trying to force it, stop pushing against the resistance, and just ask yourself that one simple question: can I be more relaxed right now? Thanks for tuning in.